So an important concept that we need to make sure everybody understands is what a variable is. And so when we work with math, we often see letters attached with numbers, and we look at them as some abstract weird thing, but all they are is really just a symbol that's representing numbers. And you've used these before, so variables aren't something new to you. You just may not have called them variables. And think of the area of a triangle. So if we have an area, we have a triangle here with a base and some height. I haven't put a number in yet, so we don't know what the base and height are. I can pick any numbers I want. There's just some base, some height. So the area is half of the base times the height. Oftentimes we'll write that formula out as A for area is 1/2 of the base times the height. Just to note that is times when you see a letter or a variable with no operation between, it's multiplied. So that is important to note. This is all multiplication, so 1/2 times base times height. But we use these letters, well, A for area makes sense, B for base, H for height, and it's just a way to represent a number that we don't know. We don't know what the height is, and we don't know what the base is. So variable means that it could change. We could have any number for the base, any number for the height. So I can't put in specifically 5 and 6 because there is no specific numbers here. So when there's no specific number, and it could be any number, we use a variable. So if I was to put in, say, 3 and 7, well, now I got a height of 3 and a base of 7. I can now substitute into that formula and find out the area. This is still a variable because I don't know what it is yet, but I can determine what that is worth when I put in my base of 7, my height of 3, and then my area is 1/2 of 21, and 1/2 of 21 is going to be 10.5 units squared. I didn't just assign any units, so we'll just say units squared. So we get 10.5. Does it have to be letters? No. It makes more sense in math because it's just easier for typing out something or writing our textbooks. Then it's easier to put in a letter versus trying to put in some sort of symbol. But symbols work. Looking down here, I got a happy face representing the height. I got a unicorn representing the base. This works as well. This is the same as any variable with as a letter. So if I put in our area formula, area is 1/2 the base, which is represented by a unicorn, times the height, which is represented by a happy face. Both those equations are the same. There's no difference between B and H and unicorn and happy face, other than this was a little quicker to write. But I can still plug in numbers. I can say that is 9, that is 4, and so now I have area is 1/2. Our unicorn represents a 4, and our happy face represents a 9. So area is 1/2 of 4 times 9. 4 times 9 happens to be 36, and half of that is 18. So 18 units squared. So whether or not you have a letter, you have a symbol, whatever it is, variables are just a way of representing numbers that we don't know. And they could be any different number throughout. This is going to become important, especially when we get to our linear equation types of units and working with our algebraic functions. And again, remember, multiplication is represented when two letters or numbers are side by side with no symbols in between. With the numbers, we end up using brackets, and brackets also mean multiplication.